Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. How are you guys all doing today on this freezing Friday? So what do you do when shit hits the fan, so to speak? What do you do when things don't go the way you have planned? Whether it is a little plan or a big plan, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So when something small doesn't work out, you have a certain reaction, you create a certain feeling, you create certain interpretation within yourself, and sometimes you share it with others, right? And then when something big happens, usually the reaction and everything is exactly the same. So how you approach little things that don't work out is how you're going to approach big things that don't work out. Yes, of course, the consequences are much larger, much greater, but a lot of us quite often believe and feel that we have no choice. And when we believe that, it is almost impossible to move forward. It is almost impossible to believe otherwise. You almost like have to try to get into convincing mode. And we all know that when we get into convincing mode, it's not it doesn't work. Okay? You can try to think positive and try to do all the positive things, but it's just not going to work. So it's a process, right? And so why did this topic come up? For me, honestly, I had a plan with a couple of friends to go with our kids to go to McDonald's playground, and I was going to spend some time there with the girls, reconnect, and it was going to be fun, but it didn't work out because it's so cold, and then things just come up for people, right? It just happens that way. And of course, Yana's like, oh, I was looking forward to it, I wanted to go, I wanted to have fun, I wanted to kind of like just escape from home and do something at home, because I was going in there early to do some planning and scheming and some studying before they arrived there. But unfortunately they weren't able to come. So at first I was a lot disappointed that it didn't work out. But then I started thinking, well, what am I really learning here? Because everything that happens, it does happen for a reason. And just taking a pause for a second for yourself and giving yourself that self-care, that's what I would call it. Because when you are worried, when you are scared, when you are concerned, you have catabolic feelings and emotions that are rushing through your body. That's stress, and that is not healthy. We all know that. Not only it ages us outside, it ages on the inside as well, and it also shortens our life. So if you are like me and wanting to get rid of stress every way possible from your life, then I would highly encourage you to try and do what I do. And that is simply to just pause and pay attention to yourself, pay attention to your body, pay attention to what's really going on, and ask yourself a question. What am I learning here? What is really going on? Why am I really upset? What is really happening? Right? And when you start to ask yourself those questions, you realize that maybe it's not as big as you're making out to be, right? Because we all have a tendency of jumping to the worst case scenario, to the worst thing that could possibly happen. And sometimes things can be taken personal as well, when it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Okay? So taking a pause and working through yourself, checking, like have a checklist of, okay, I'm feeling like this. Why am I feeling like this? Where am I feeling? What's going on? Again, what am I learning here? Because there's always a lesson in there, right? For me, because I don't like disappointment. So I don't like to be disappointed with certain things or with certain plans, and when things don't work out, I feel disappointed. But that's why for me, it's like, okay, this is what's going on. It's disappointment. Now, what can I do about it? Right? Most cases, there's nothing you can do about it. So creating a different kind of, how would I put it? It's kind of like a story in your head that you can create based on that experience. And instead of creating the worst case scenario story, that's going to cannibalize you in every way possible from head to toe, you can create a very anabolic story to it that will make you feel good and uplift you and say, yes, this didn't work out, awesome. That means I get to do this, I get to do that, I get to do this. Now it's all about me. Now I can leave the kids at home with the husband and with the dog. The dog doesn't have to get locked up. Now I can go grocery shopping, take my sweet ass time, and hide in the way. Make it about me a little bit, right? So this is just one example from my experience right now. And like I said, there are people that are going to jump to the worst thing and assume the worst and take it personally and make it all about them when it has nothing to do with them. So anyways, that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, for right now. I am going to go grocery shopping, take my sweetest time, like I said. My hair clip touching the ceiling. See, I am tall when I sit in here and the seat is all the way up. Yeah, look forward to chatting with all of you beautiful souls tomorrow. Bye, and thanks for watching.